approaching all-time highs, over $200 earned today, as well as more assets purchased that are going to set us financially free. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Isaiah, and in this video we're going to talk about all that we've accomplished today. But if you're new to the channel, this is an income generating account where our goal is to generate consistent income through selling cash secured puts, covered calls, doing credit spreads, and finally collecting dividends from some high yielders. So if you're interested in that type of content, help me out, leave a comment, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Also, let me know below what your go-to stock is. If you would hold only one stock for the next 5 years, what would it be and why? And with that being said, let's jump into our video. So today, we rolled some positions. I love selling options. I believe it's the best way to generate consistent income. But remember, guys, my trades are my opinions. They should never be taken as financial advice. So let's go take a look at our trade history here. Always want full transparency, every move I'm making. Always want to show you what I'm doing. So let's take a look. Today's the 22nd. We rolled quite a few positions. When you sell a cash secured put, you're agreeing to buy a stock for a predetermined price. And on the flip side of that, when you sell a covered call, you're agreeing to sell a stock for a predetermined price. In either scenario, you get paid a credit. And every time you open a new position, you select an expiration date. What I like to do is I like to add more time to the original contract. That's rolling a position. So let's take a look at Rumble here. I agreed to sell it for a certain price. I got paid a credit. But you know what? I didn't want to sell it this Friday, so I decided to roll it out to a farther date. And because I did that, I got paid a nice credit. You can see $60 there. Hertz. I sold a cash secured put. I'm agreeing to buy it. But you know what? I wasn't ready to just buy it yet. So I added more time to the contract. I got paid another credit, and you can see that. I'll let you show all the positions I rolled today. As you can see, I did try to roll some others. They didn't fill. So tomorrow, I'll try again to roll them and see if they can get filled. But if they don't, no worries. I agreed to buy or sell them for those prices. I'm okay with it. I love options because essentially you are agreeing and getting paid to just buy or sell something you already wanted to own or did own. So I love using it to generate income. What I do with that income, all $207 today, I purchased more of my all-time favorite distribution paying fund. And like I said, guys, let me know in the comment yours and why. For me, it's PDI. I own this in multiple portfolios, and I have for a long time. Anytime it's under $18, I try to buy as many shares as I can. I took the income that I collected today. As you can see, here's my history. I just showed you my trade history where I generated that income. Well, now you can see it put into play right here. I'm up to 687 shares. I am trying to get this to 1,000 shares by the end of March 2026. I know I can do it if I can be consistent and make daily purchases. At least that is my goal. I got $132 coming, going to hit the account next week. These guys pay once a month. And I had 598 shares on December 12th, the last ex-div day. As you can see, I'm already at 687, so only a couple weeks passed, and I've already increased by almost 100 shares. Now, I don't plan on being able to buy that heavy all the time, but I have some cash right now, and income is being generated pretty swiftly with rolling options. I'm assuming these two haven't filled and they'll expire worthless. But nonetheless, that is just one of the things I purchased today. Let's talk about some of the others. But before I do that, I want to give a quick shout out to the Premium Generals. It is an exclusive group. It costs $10, and in here, I post private content such as educational videos on how to sell cash secured puts, how to sell covered calls, how to do credit spreads, how to do debit spreads, other educational videos, as well as private portfolio updates. Any moves I make, every trade I make, every purchase I make, everything goes through in the Premium Generals group. And the best part, you get to be featured in every single video. So if you're interested in being part of the community, it's $10. Come check it out. We'd love to have you. You might learn something. Like I said, you get to be in every single video. So with that being said, let's jump back into our video. Okay, back in the account here. Let's take a look at some of the other purchases we made today. So, QYLT, my all-time favorite covered call ETF. I've owned this position in other portfolios for many years now. I would like to get this. First goal is to get it up to 100 shares, and then by the end of 2027, I would like to have 500 shares of these. I'm making daily purchases now, but it probably won't remain that consistent. Like I said, I do want to own this fund, but there are a lot of other positions I need to add to the portfolio. So I bought 4 shares today, cost me $70. It brings me up to 66.9 shares, basically 67 shares. Average cost is $17.59. I like that average cost. I'm good with it. The other position I added some shares to today was T-Spy. I am trying to get 100 shares of this. Again, also no specific timeline on it. This is a newer position, and I've never owned it in any other portfolios outside of this one. Premium General Group turned me on to it, and I did my own due diligence on it, and I like the position. Obviously, it hasn't been paying long enough for me to truly say, this is a really good investment, but, just started adding. We'll see how distributions start to flow in. As I added 4 shares today, which puts me up to 34 shares, average cost of $25.44. So I'm going to continue to add to this position, trying to get to 100 shares. I will make some cornerstone purchases tomorrow because I have some nice dividend fund accounts about to hit tomorrow. COYY and TSYY, these are my ultra yielders. They pay Tuesdays, and I've already hit my share goal with those, 1,000 of TSYY and 500 of COYY. So any distributions I'm taking from them and investing into a little bit more stable funds, I will put that money into the cornerstone funds tomorrow, and I'll make some other daily purchases as well. But that's the plan for most of that income. And I'm at 1,600 shares for CRF, and I am at 1,570 for CLM. I would like to get both of these to 3,000 by the end of 2026. Same thing, I need to be consistent with my purchases and make sure I'm allocating cash to it when I'm generating the income. And I'm going to receive more dividend payments this week than I have in a while. Next week will be the biggest week probably on record for this account for distributions, just because all my monthly payers like PDI and Cornerstones are set to pay next week. So that's going to be pretty cool. But as you can see down here at the bottom, MSTY, CONY, and MSTY, CONY, ULTY, YBIT are all positions from YieldMax. I was assigned on my CONY and MSTY positions because they did a reverse split, and I wasn't able to roll those positions anymore. So that's kind of a downside of reverse splits, especially when you're selling options. Any option contracts needs 100 shares, and if your company does a reverse split, well, then you don't have 100 shares anymore, and you're kind of just stuck with the option until you get assigned, or you could buy to close. I didn't want to buy to close, so ended up getting assigned, which means these funds now will pay me distributions on Friday. So I guess I'll be able to add that income to the account. I don't expect too much between Coney and Misty. I mean, I got 30 shares of Coney, 40 shares of MSTY. I haven't even looked at their distribution, so I'm hoping it's along the lines of ULTY and YBIT, where I'm getting around $25 to $35 a week. That'll help go toward the more stable positions, help me continue to generate more income for the account that I can invest into other funds. So with that being said, guys, I truly appreciate each and every one of you, and I look forward to your comments on your favorite positions. This account continues to grow. It's a green day in the market, so always remember that when you're looking at share totals of the account. I don't value the success of it on that. I value it on how many assets I'm able to purchase. I have $117,000 of buying power. That obviously includes margin. And I'll deploy little bits at a time as I continue to make purchases that are going to grow this account and help it fund in the long-term future. So I truly appreciate any of you, especially those that have made it this far. I According to my viewer retention, most people don't make it past 4 minutes. So if you've made it this far, you are just amazing. And I know some of you do because you leave comments on it. You guys are amazing. But with that being said, I appreciate you, and I'll see you tomorrow.